Good morning students, myself Ajit Pratap Singh. Today in this video of class 6 science, I'll talk about the joints and movement. Okay. The joints in the body are the places where two bones are joined together. Okay. When the two bones meet at a place, that is known as joints. The joints are strong enough to withstand jerks. The ends of bones are covered with soft cartilage. It acts as a shock absorber and reduces friction between the bones. Cartilage is also present in some parts of the body that are not as hard as the bones. For example, the upper part of the ear. The bones are held together at the joints by strong stretchy bands called ligaments. There are many joints in the body. The joints are of three types depending on the type of movement they allow. That is immovable, slightly movable, and freely movable. Okay, let's study activity number 4. Move your arms at the elbow. In what direction is movement possible? In what direction is movement not possible? Now move your arms at the shoulder joint. What difference do you find? Which joint allows more type of movement? Try the same with movement of the legs at the knee joint and the hip joint. Try other joints also such as the neck, fingers and ankle. The bones in the skull except the lower jawbone do not allow any movement, as you know, as I told you earlier as well. The joints between the ribs and the breastbone allow only slight movement. Most of the joints in the human body are freely movable joints. These freely movable joints are of four main types depending on the type of movement they allow. That is, first one is hang joint. The elbow, knee and the finger joints allow movement in one plane only, that is up and down or backward or forward. Like the hangs of a door, such joints are therefore known as hang joints. Next one is ball and socket joint. These are the just like ball and socket, that's why their name is named on the ball and socket. The shoulder and the hip joints allow movement in all directions. In such joints, the end of one of the bones is round like a ball. It fits into a hollow part or socket in the other bone. The bone that ends in a ball, for example, the femur or the humerus, can move in any direction. Such a joint is called a ball and a socket joint. Next type of joint is known as pivot joint. The next joint allows movement in all directions. It allows you to move your head up and down, left and right, and also to rotate it. In such joints, one of the bones ends in a rounded or conical surface that fits into a dent into your other bone. Such a joint is called a pivot joint. Next one is gliding joint. The wrist or ankle joints have flattened ends or bones that can move or glide against each other. The joints allow side to side as well as backward and forward movement. The vertebrae also have similar joints that allow slight movement. Such joints are known as gliding joints. What makes the bone move? Bones cannot move by themselves, as we all know. It is your muscles attached to the bones that make them move at the joints. Muscles are like elastic bands. They are attached to the bones by means of tough connecting bands called tendons. The muscles move the bones by their pull. Muscles cannot push. Therefore, to move the bones in one direction, at least two sets of muscles are required. For example, the up and down movement of your arm are controlled by two muscles, that is biceps and triceps. When you want to raise your arms, the biceps in front contract, that is, they become shorter and flatter to pull up the arm. To lower the arm, the triceps at the back contract and pull it down. As you can see, this is how the muscles move the bones by their pull. Okay, whenever the biceps contract, the triceps relax. Whenever you raise your arms and whenever you lower your arm, the triceps contract and the biceps relax. This is how the relaxation takes place, or the contraction takes place in the biceps and triceps. Okay, students, so that's it in this video.